right, so it's Thursday, 7th of April. Welcome back, everyone. This is the Aussie dollar simulation. So it's the Aussie from 2015. And this is part 3. So part 1, I've done a few weeks ago, and we managed to cover 8 trading days and managed to catch some really good wins, a few losses, a few missed opportunities. But you guys got a really good idea as to how to perform a simulation, and also just to hear out my thought processes and thought processes during a simulation. So simulations are not easy, but I do think that a simulation is the next step after backtesting. And backtesting, there's different levels to backtesting as well. You've got the easiest form of backtesting is you just look at a chart and look for key reversal points and see if you can find a BLT setup there. That's a really good way to start things off. And that's a good pattern recognition, good for your muscle memory. And eventually you just be able to spot all of the setups. So like I would say 99% of reversal points, you'll probably find a BLT setup. You'll find the concepts that we're describing or that we teach in the course. You'll find the reason. It might be an imbalance, a banker block. It could be liquidity pool. It could be so many things, right? And but obviously, when you've done that type of backtesting, you're going to move over to sort of replaying things. So the process I'm describing is you're pretty much using TradingView at this point. And so now what you can do with TradingView is then just go back in time somewhere random and just go forward and just start mapping things out, drawing things out, and you're taking a ton of screenshots in the process. So you're just putting it all into your playbook. Every single screenshot you take, and it's annotated and everything like that. That's good for your learning because you're actually applying, you're watching the course, you're taking notes, and then you are actually taking action on the stuff that you're learning. And so that is part of your learning process. That's part of learning. It's the practical part you have to do. And the more practice that you have, the better you get at it. And many of you have already noticed that with your backtesting, and the ones that are doing the most backtesting are noticing the improvements, and you can just see it because the live trading is obviously improving. But there's a next step to that, and it's simulations. So with a simulation, I would say you've got 2 types. You've got the type where you can go back through some data that you are aware of or not aware of. So if you go back through some data, like a random piece of data, and you have the replay available, for example, this one, for example, I don't think I've got the replay. Step back, let's see. Oh, I do. Okay, so I've got the replay button allowed, but there is a setting for simulations where you're not allowed to go back in time, right? So this button won't be available to you, and you can set that manually. So that will be sort of the next stage, because that way, if you miss a trade or you make a mistake, you can't go back and rectify it. And so what you can then do is you can actually simulate an actual funded account. So you can choose any funded program, whatever rules that they follow. In this case, we're doing the CTI evaluation. And so the statistics should be able to give you what your drawdown is. It should be able to tell you how many days you've been active, and so on and so on. I mean, look, here you've got an estimate. We've had 16 trading days, but I'm not really sure what the active trading days are on this, but we can obviously calculate it. Once we've hit the target, we can just go through the statement and have a look. But you can pretty much see what the the gross loss. I've got 1.3% gross loss, max drawdown was this 0.6%. So I'm within the risk parameters for the evaluation, for CTI evaluation, and currently floating at 4.8%. So above halfway through, about 60% towards the target of the evaluation after 16 days. So this is an amazing example of how you can use simulation to simulate an actual evaluation. And that's, if you can pass an evaluation 2 or 3 times in using the concepts, treating it like it's the real thing. So on the days where you're simulating, I mean, I've done about 4 hours, I would say 3 hours worth. I did, part 1 was 60 minutes, part 2 was about 1 hour and 40 minutes. So 2 hours and 40 minutes of simulating. I've done 16 days. I've taken 13 trades. Okay. So think about that. And so if you can, and so it doesn't even take you that long to simulate and be able to, let's say, pass 3 funded accounts on your simulation with no replay. That's going to test you. So on the days when you're simulating, you're going to conduct your entire routine. You're going to start from the night before. You're going to get to bed on time. You're going to wake up on time. You're going to do your morning routine. Then you're going to, you know, start your simulation. Whatever it is you need to do on the day, it's better to do simulation nice and early when you're fresh, and just dedicate an hour. An hour is good. Or even 30 minutes is okay, because that's kind of, but yeah, an hour or 2, I would say. And then you'll do this over a period of a week or 2, and then you would know within a week or 2 whether you're going to pass or you're going to fail. If you hit the drawdown, then you hit the drawdown. But in the process of taking all these trades, you need to stop. When you see a setup, you stop, zoom out, go on the H4, H1, 15-minute, 5-minute, 1-minute, and take all your screenshots and paste them onto your journal. And obviously I've shared a template of the journal that I use. So I've done the hard work for you. You just literally have to just copy and paste, fill out the details. It's, you know, this is that simple. You can edit and simplify the journal that I sent you. The journal that I sent you it's a lot, but that's just I've been adding a little bit more into it over the years, taking some parts away, but what you see is what I've basically built for myself, and that's just the way it is. But you don't need it to be that complicated. So the point I was getting at is when you're simulating these evaluations, you need to take that day seriously. You need to journal your trades properly. In fact, I even recommend you recording your simulation. If it's an hour of recording, go for it. And over the weekend, spend 30 minutes watching over that video, because you're going to watch it at 2x speed. So it took you 60 minutes to do it, but on the weekend, watch it at 2x speed. So obviously you're listening to your thoughts and feelings, and so during the actual simulation, you're thinking out loud, similar to what I'm doing today. So these are just tips. If you haven't written these tips down, just watch the recording and write these tips down, because I'm just kind of improvising here on tips on simulation, because I know some of you have invested a lot of money into Forex Tester recently. And so I want you guys to learn from my experiences. And the tips I'm giving you is based on my experience. I've been simulating for a few years now. So if you're not moving as fast as I am, that's understandable. If you're kind of figuring out, okay, where's the limit orders? Where's this? Where's that? You need to go through the manual. I've done all of that stuff. So hopefully these videos will kind of speed things up for you. Forex Tester actually has more features that I don't use. It has news features. So you can actually see when major news is being announced. So you can show you like FOMC, NFP, stuff like that. I don't have it on for this simulator because this is like a very simple sim that I'm showing you guys, but you can actually make it a little bit more complex. And the other thing I'm not doing is I'm not copying and pasting and going through my checklist, and I'm not doing all of that. Otherwise, it's going to be a 5-hour recording. So what I'm doing, I'm just literally just finding trades. I'm taking profits in and out, updating patterns. So with all that said, let's kick it off. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue to ramble. So quick update on the performance of the simulator. Just let me just double check I am recording. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Troy, well done. Yeah, it's this, you definitely made the right choice. Because this simulator, whatever simulator you go for, you're going to be using it for years. You're never going to stop simulating. I haven't stopped. It's not something that you do it for 6 months and you think, yeah, I'm done with this, I don't need it anymore. Nah, this is the training ground. This is your constant practice. I think I can't remember who said it. They said it very eloquently. And it's like Olympians, they train, or athletes, they train every single day just for that one competition at the end of the month. You know, so the simulator is the same thing for traders. Right. So let's zoom out. I like to just start off the simulator. Let's just head over to the daily. Can we get a clean chart? By the way, when you're simulating, you can actually have multiple charts open. Let's see if I can remember where I can open a chart. There's a button somewhere. Oh, here it is. Open new chart. Yep. Oh, wow. That looks ugly. Templates, dark scheme. Yeah. All right, fine. I just want to look at the daily. Let's take this account history off. Okay, so just very quickly on the daily. So you can actually have multiple charts open down here. And if you've got multiple screens, you can just like literally just drag and then just put it onto whatever screen you need to put on. So I'm actually going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it as that. But I just wanted to look quickly at the market structure here. So as you can see, this was a significant high, and now this is a significant low. Oh, wow. Can you imagine how many trades have got caught out on this candle? Wow. That has now been broken. So there's a clear breaker structure on the daily. So this is now a reversal on the daily, which means there's a reversal on every time frame that I personally care about. H4, we're up. H1, we're now trending lower. So H1 looks like we're getting we're turning lower. But this doesn't mean that you can't take any short trades. Of course you can. For me personally, I could potentially be looking for shorts at this point. Let's see if there is an opportunity to go short on this, where I actually have all of my analysis. So let's get rid of this. Let's bring this down a little bit. Okay. So it looked, yes, I remember from yesterday. Okay. So with this sort of a descending channel, but this channel is not really, it's not really clear to me. It's not really that valid. I mean, this trend line doesn't look very strong to me. It looks like just, yeah, it doesn't look very strong. So if this was indeed the reversal, and this was wave 5, then you want to count backwards. So you got 5, wave 4, wave 3, wave 2, wave 1. So maybe the pattern extends further, but this is all the data I have. So I can't really see any more data. So let's just work with what we have here. Let's go down to H4. We've had a reaction from this trend line, but again, we've had multiple confirmations of the trend. You just see the momentum here. From a wave theory perspective, I can see a wave 1, 2, 3, wave 4 is above. Yeah, this could be potential a longer wave 5. This is again 1, 2, 3. So this could actually be the beginning of another big motive wave. So that's why I've got this ascending sort of pattern. I've got a little bit of an expanding here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I remember yesterday I was looking for potential shorts where we've got this, I think it was a H1, some H1 liquidity up here. Hasn't been fully tested, so let's see what happens. And we've got another one up here, so for potential shorts. I've actually taken and banked some profits here. And I think I'm going to wait for price to come up a little bit, and I want to bank a little bit more profits up here, because yeah, I think it will be this is definitely a really good time to do so. So this was the breaker structure. So this is, we've got a little bit of an imbalance here. So we might get a reaction from this, from this H1 imbalance. So I'm just going to map this out. Here we go. Let's just keep it there. Let's see what kind of reaction we get from that level. So I would like to ideally take some profits there. So let's start this off. We're in a really good place right now. But if I do take any shorts, the longs that I have open are hedging any potential shorts that get stopped out, or any shorts that get invalidated, essentially. So let's go down to the lower time frames, 15-minute. Let's just see what's going on here. So it's lunchtime, and we're about to get into the US session. We had a nice little reversal here. I didn't manage to get an entry. So this high is very likely to get stopped out. So let's see if there's actually an opportunity to go long. There might be something here. Let's see. All right, let's just leave that there in case. Let's just keep going. Yeah. I'm going to get ready to take profits so now this trend line is not really valid. Okay, let's see if there's any long opportunities. Let's pause that. Because I was interested in going long here, because yesterday we had this pattern, this boomerang, and we also had, so we've had reaction from this already. So let's start cleaning this up a little bit. So that's been dealt with. This banker block hasn't really done anything, so it's not really a major one for me. So this one below, yeah, this one below is a lot more clearer. And we've got a trend line down here as well. So maybe let's go over to the 15-minute. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. No, I'm not going to be looking for longs here, especially with this trend line. Hasn't been tapped yet. And there's this imbalance that I've got mapped out. Okay, so yeah, no longs. So it's important just to constantly always just double check every single time frame. Let's delete that. Let's update what we have here on the 15-minute. So, one. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, potential 4, 5. It's inside the pattern, so yeah, it's a bit of what about this one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is more like it. I like this pattern. I'm still gonna, if this one fails, then I'll be looking at this one potentially for a pattern a bit lower than that. So perhaps maybe there is all of this is just is a potential for a bounce. So I'm going to just have that all here, and because it's a boomerang, it's not a 3 aces setup. I will wait for the break of structure confirmation entry. So all we're waiting for now is just a reaction of that point of interest here. That's all we're waiting for. So let's speed this up. There we go. So we're in now. Let's now go on the 1 minute. And let's see if there's any patterns actually. 5 minutes. Do we have any equal lows? I've got some equal lows here, but that was already taken out. Not really any equal lows. Do I see any patterns? No, not much. So let's get rid of that. And let's just watch it on the 5 minute. So breaker structure on the 5 minute. Looks like we have something on the 1 minute. Here we go. So on the 1 minute, we have a QM, but I'm not really feeling this compressing pattern. So let's continue. This could actually be a potential trade, but just not feeling it as much. It's coming up to the London close. So yeah, volume's down. Okay, let's speed this up. Yeah, invalidated. Okay, so let's go over to the 5 minute. So we've actually got a breaker structure on the 5 minute now, and looks like the boomerang is active. So now I like this gap here. So this is actually lining up for a potential entry. Okay, so I like the fact that this is a psychological level. So price has been pumping since, if we look at this 0.70, I mean, price has just been up and up and up and up and up. And every time it hits the, and it's gone up above the 71, but just look at the intention from smart money. We've got our boomerang set up on the 15 minute, sorry, that's a 30 minute. Let's go on the 15 minute. The gap's there as well. Very nice anchor block. So we can get rid of this. That's done its job. And now let's focus on getting an entry in. Okay, let's do this. The only thing I don't like about this is that we've got equal lows. So I'm gonna take half the risk. So let's do control F5. Nope, is it Alt F5? F5. What's the shortcut for the entry? Order. New pending order. F3. Okay. So new pending order. I want it right here, maybe a pip above. Here we go. Stop loss right below those equal lows. Very nice. And I'm going to do 0.25% only because I don't like those equal lows. TP, I'm not going to set TP now. So we've got here a double boom. So M15 double boom plus M5 breaker structure. Bam, bam, bam. Let's go. Wow. That's a lot of commitment there. Massive commitment. Looks like we're not really going to get it. All right, so we didn't get the entry here. If price comes back all the way down here after breaking the pattern, this is going to invalidate. This is a high probability that it's going to invalidate it. So this is no longer a valid entry. So now we need to look for the valid entry, and it might just be this imbalance. We might get an entry here in this imbalance, but I'm still going to wait for a breaker structure entry. So this is the imbalance that I'm interested in. Why? Because it broke this significant high and it's a boomerang retest. So let's go ahead and remove that. That would have been a very nice entry, but we didn't get it. So delete pending order. Okay, here we go. Let's press, let's go down and let's see what happens. The volume at these times is, wow, that's a big move there. I was just saying the volume is probably going to be low, but no, this is a lot of commitment. Okay, so we're now coming up to the New York close. So we're going to see a bit of crazy swap rollover price action. So we didn't quite get the opportunity. So we might still get the opportunity. If I just do a quick, let's say if we can draw a fib on this, I'll be looking for an entry still. I'm still looking for an entry here in this imbalance at the 61. So I want to see, that's my point of interest. So let's see if we get it. And I'm going to draw, this has been invalidated. So I'm just going to use this. Okay. So I'm waiting for a reaction in this zone. We actually had a reaction right there we had that mapped out. But I much prefer the longs right now. Looks like we're getting some nice compression. Okay, so now we're in the Asia session. So I paused it because I'm starting to see some inducement happening. We've got some equal lows here. We've got our imbalance. Do we have a potential pattern here? Potentially, that could work. A little bit of expanding, 2, 3, 4. So the zone is actually within the it's inside the pattern, so it's not really, yeah, I'm not really feeling this expanding pattern anyway. Let's see if we get another pattern. No, not feeling this pattern. We're compressing higher, so we're likely gonna take out those equal lows. But I want the reaction from those equal lows. I don't want to set a limit there. So there's a bit of a boomerang happening. Just zooming out quickly. I remember, you guys remember this? I think I had this from yesterday. Okay, let's press play, see what's going on here. All right, we're coming up to, okay, so, all right, I see what's going on. So we had a reaction from this point of interest. We had a breaker structure confirmation, got the QM right there right on this right here, and on the lower time frames we've got another QM, breaker structure, equal highs. This was the entry right here in this banker block. I know that it's not very clear, but you just have to use just use a little bit of guesswork. So hopefully that wasn't too fast for you guys. Let me just make it easier for everyone. Equal highs, QM. So there's a QM reaction here from this banker block. There's another QM, and there's another banker block here on the lower time frame. This one, see that? So this was a trade right here. Might have actually missed it by less than a pip. Fair enough. But we might still get. But what I liked about this one is that we had the boomerang up here. So we had yeah, that would have been a potential entry, but that's not the one I'm looking for. I'm actually looking for, I was looking for the longs, but we might actually get an opportunity to go short. So yeah, that QM's done. Can we get something here? Is it worth taking a short? Let's have a look at the risk reward on this. So that's 3.6 pips, TP1, because it's a counter trend trade, it'll be about here. So yeah, it actually is it's a 5-hour trade, this one. We might still get it. We might actually get it. In fact, the stop should actually be a little bit tighter. Stop should actually be right here. So about 2 pips. No, I'm gonna skip it. The entry should have been there already. So we should have banked some profits already. Trade on break even. Slow it down, let's see. That would have been our, yeah, would have got stopped out. Okay, let's see what else we're seeing. We might actually see something even better. So this is a very nice point of interest that hasn't actually, the 5-hour level hasn't been mitigated. And it's in confluence with this third tap. So we might actually get a big impulse move lower. So because of that, I'm going to take some profits. We're currently at 1.8. So let's bank some profits. This position, I mean, right now this 1.8 is great because I've got a lot of room for error. So I can potentially be risking, that's potentially 3 to 4 trades right there. in short trades. So I can get it wrong 3 to 4 times and I'm just risking the gains there. So I'm gonna bank some profits because we're at elevated levels. I'm getting a short signal. So here I'm gonna bank 25. Yeah, here we go. Good TP. Let's leave it as that. Let's keep going. And let's look for a potential short up here. So we've got the 1, 2. Are there any other confluences? Not really. So we can get rid of this one. Can get rid of that one. Let's wait for the for our confirmation on the lower time frame. Okay. Nope, didn't come. No trade. So let's just pause it there, slow it down, press play, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Now we start cleaning up our charts again, just very quickly. This pattern is broken out. It's all done. Obviously, I'm deleting everything, but you would be taking screenshots at this point. What's the time? Okay, we've been running for. Okay, yeah, we're good with time. Right, let's go over to the higher time frames because this is a very impulsive move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just remind ourselves where we are at. That was I'm happy with that TP. As you can see, that was a very nice exit because we're at very high elevated levels. We're at this point of interest up here. We've got some equal highs. I want to look for some longs. I actually want to look for some longs. So
what do you reckon? There's a potential setup there for a short.
Where?
Go back to the lower time frame.
Let's have a look. This point of interest there.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay. So I had a point of interest here. This green candle was my point of interest because we had a little, can you see that imbalance? So yeah. I would have placed my stop right there. That's been mitigated. But we need to look into this area to see if there's any other bank levels. So let's go down.
What about just above it? If you go back to that other time frame.
Or this one up there.
Like if you sort of do this pattern, there might be a stop on of this area.
Oh, right. Okay, good spot.
From like there, and then your point of interest, right? Down there somewhere.
Yeah, good spot. Not sure how I missed that one. Oh, lovely. Lovely. And then you got the boomerang up here with the equal highs. Oh, wow.
Nice.
Good spot. I would have missed that. Yeah, guys, if you spot something on the chart, feel free to unmute yourselves or let me know in the chat, because sometimes you might, I'm trying to move as quick as possible. So
yeah, that's the thing. When you're rushing, you're going to miss stuff. I think even today I missed a trend line on, was it AJ or DXY, and Rodrigo spotted it, you know, because when you're sort of rushing it, you just miss stuff. That's why you need to always just double check your trend lines and your levels, because you will miss stuff.
Yeah,
it's really important.
If I was doing this simulation last week, you would be able to tell the difference, because right now I'm at probably about 60%. Especially past 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, mental capital starts going down. All right, so let's focus on this area up here. Let's see if we can get a nice reaction from that level. So let's press play. time of day is it's morning. Yeah, it's gonna happen today. Here we go.
Oh, do I see a 3 aces?
Yeah, I think you do. Is it this one?
Yeah, but that's probably just failed now. Unless it's a parallel channel.
Yeah, so it's turning into a potential boomerang.
Yeah, we'll see.
Right,
Potentially, yeah.
it's like a triple boomerang. But wait, look how
Lots of momentum though.
yeah, too much momentum. Look how much there is here. So that's why we wait for the confirmation entry.
Yeah, there's the rejection, then the break back inside the pattern.
So
this could be a naughty trade.
Yeah. So at this stage, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go forward candle by candle. So we've got a potential. No, that's not. That's a liquidity grab. We need a clear breaker structure.
Boom.
So we've got there's a. It looks like a distribution pattern happening. There's your UTAD or your up thrust. So now we need that sign of weakness. Here we go. So there's your breaker structure, because that was the high. So let's map that out. Apologies for the ice cream van noise. It's that time of year here in lovely UK, where it's a very grey, windy day and the ice cream man decides to come out. Okay, that's a clear breaker structure.
There we go.
So we've got this imbalance here. Very nice. We got it's back inside the pattern. Let's zoom out just so you guys can see what's going on.
Export also a QM as well on the 1 minute.
Yeah. Very nice. So we just do what we always do. So let's it's about 7 pips there. Yeah, so I'm going to set my order right here. Stop above there. So it'd be 5 pips, 6.5 pips. Yeah, there we go. 0.25%. So again, it's a double boom. M1 breaker structure, or M1 QM breaker structure. So you can actually leave comments for yourself right here. First TP. I like these equal lows. So stops about, was it 7 pips? TP's around, it's about 3R. And that's just half of the position. Yeah, oh, what's going on? Order this type cannot be placed at the request of price. What's going on? And it needs to be sell limit. Okay, sell limit is done. Let's go on the 5 minute. Let's just zoom out quickly just to reassess where we are. On the 4 hour, we have broken above this high. We're now in this, just need to clean it up a bit. There, that's the high of it. There is obviously, we've got some, you see these equal highs, they've been taken out. So this could potentially be the liquidity pool that we're looking for. So I'm going to take some profits here, just because it's if you're going to take profits, it's going to be here, right? So right now we're floating 1%. and we're going to risk 0.5%. So we're going to risk half of the profit here, the floating profit. The actual balance is at 5.7%. So this trader here could, this is your first TP on the H4, but we could potentially, this entire banker block could be the next target. So I'm going to look at this level 71.35 on the lower time frames. So yeah, TP1 can actually be at this imbalance around here. 35. So TP2, I'm going to hold off TP2. I'm just going to watch to see what happens. So TP2, I'm going to trade that manually, and I'm going to set the second order. I'm just going to go to pending orders, right click, duplicate order, and then I've got half a percentage of risk. And we've got 2 orders there now, 0.5%, totaling about 8 lots. Okay, so now we zoom in, and at this stage is when it's either gonna hit your stop loss, or you're gonna miss it. Whatever the case is, we'll see what happens. Looks like we might miss this one. It's broken out of the pattern, so speed it up. Okay, I'm going to pause it there. No, we might still get it. Let's have a look at it on the 1 minute.
Yeah, we should still be able to get it, because if we separate this trend line, we put it here. It's just a long pullback, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So let's just zoom out. So the next pullback on the structure point is this one here. So again, we didn't quite get it. I like these equal highs though. So we might get one of those dirty, nasty manipulation moves up here. 20 pip spikes. So I'm going to leave the limits there. Take a deep breath.
Seems a proper rule.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we didn't get the entry we wanted.
It's coming. Look.
It's coming, but let's just let me have a look at what's going on here.
No, that's a tricky one.
It's a tricky one, because why would we have a limit?
Yeah.
Why hasn't it continued lower? So I'm going to go ahead and reduce the risk.
Plus, there's compression here, and then if you update the pattern, it just becomes a larger channel.
Yeah, maybe. Exactly. So let's see what happens next. The only thing I want right now is a massive spike and then just a quick reaction. I don't want this compressing nature coming up to my entry. I don't want to see bodies. I don't want to see thick bodies. I want to see a wick. No, that's too thick for me. We'll give it New York sessions just kicked off.
Ooh, okay. Unless there's a pattern here forming up.
Yeah, and we've got the breaker structure on the 5 minute over here. So we've got a nice breaker structure. What caused it? This one and this one. But price hasn't really reacted very well to it, so it's going to go to the extreme. So let's just, I'm happy with this trade. It's 0.25% risk. Nope, stopped out. So I'm glad I reduced the risk on that one. And I lost 0.25%, but I'm still floating 1%. So that's why we hedge.
Yeah, very good risk management, definitely.
So yeah, I saved myself a 0.25% there. But yeah, this was the.
Yeah, I would have cancelled it.
You would have cancelled it personally.
Yeah, because of that pattern under compression.
Okay, so let's get rid of this this one. We might actually get a potential slingshot.
Oh, that looks naughty.
Because this is the next one. Was there any longs potentially here? We were looking for a long here. We didn't get it. Was there a long here? I think I was I was thinking about getting in long. Didn't happen. So let's just clean up the charts. Otherwise it's going to get quite messy. So do you guys have any questions so far? Anyone that wasn't here yesterday or anyone that hasn't simulated? What are your thoughts right now? Just let me know in the chat. Unmute yourself. Yeah, that's looking naughty, isn't it?
This is a high probability trade.
Okay. Just gonna have a quick look at my checklist. Right.
Thank you, Troy. Take care. And Dominic, no questions, just learning a lot. That's what we want to hear, just absorbing everything.
Okay. We need to have a quick look at this. Let's study this. Study this up here. So we had we've got significant high, significant low, significant high, significant low. Okay, so this is just a pullback. So this isn't really that relevant. This the next low was in fact, this is the next low. So this is not really a high probability liquidity zone, to be honest. Yeah, this is the this is just an imbalance. So I'm not going to set a limit. I'm going to wait for the reaction there.
I think that's a good one.
You reckon?
Yeah, because if you follow it around,
go on.
I'll show you. Hold on. Where was that? If you follow it around, it stops here, right? Liquidity grab, a break of structure, new low, new high, and then this is your new sort of range, and then this becomes the new high, and all of this becomes a new sort of low. You can even argue this one.
Valid then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it there for a reason. So maybe yesterday I saw this, what you're saying, and today I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, it's just the mental energy, I guess.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. We're outside this larger breakout. This is the weak trend line I was talking about on the H4, this one. Wasn't that strong. So let's go back to the H4. Here it is. It's not really doing anything, is it?
No.
So let's just start cleaning up, start tidying up. I'm gonna leave these ones here because that's where we had our initial longs. Got these equal highs, so we're still targeting this area up here. Still want to see price hit that level. So I'm still going to hold on to these longs. But this looks like a decent reversal zone. Okay, cool. This looks good to me. There's just so much momentum. Okay. So now we're just waiting. If you're wondering what these lines are, very faded. I'm not sure if you can see on your screen. These are just the daily periods. So we're coming up to the New York close in a couple of hours. What's the time now? 1 o'clock. Okay, we're good. I like this compression. Here's the rollover, and then you got the horizontal line. So now we're entering Asia. Okay, so let's slow it down. Well, let's go on and slow it down and go on the lower time frames. There's your liquidity grab. I would like to see a pattern into that point of interest. I think this would be a good time to update the higher time frame trend line. There we go.
Yeah.
So this pattern has pretty much, we need to update it basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's move it forward. 1, 2. This is just a boomerang. All right, let's just keep going. So now we're looking for price action up here. Waiting for a short. We're deep in the, coming up to London Open. So this is an entire, look at this range. This is very typical of Asia, where it's just ranging. So you're gonna have breakout traders on both sides. So this is the time when you don't want to be involved right now in here. It's just no man's land, because there's going to be manipulation, a spike somewhere. So you got accumulation, you have the manipulation, and then bam, you'll probably have the expansions because price has now gone lower. Let's just see what's going on the 15-minute. So compressing lower. Okay. Think 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just going to keep going. So I'm actually going to look for a long. 1, 2, 3. This could potentially be a third tap. to go higher. And I like this compression lower. So let's zoom in.
That was really, really good. I love these trades where you're looking for the short and there's a boomerang towards the short. And that's beautiful.
Yeah. So you just got to be thinking multi-dimensional. Don't get married to one sort of bias, because it's just, I mean, it happens sometimes. You can't help it because you get confirmation bias. But a nice signal when you see this type of compression like this, like that, there's an absorption of orders, and there's going to be a breakout. It's like it's almost, think of it like a kettle on a boil. You know those old school kettles that when you heat them up, they start whistling. So when the compression is the whistle, it's like a signal that the kettle's almost ready. So let's have a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, potential for potential for a trade here. So let's have a look at the market structure. Let's zoom out. We've got breakout. What caused the breakout? This one. So this is low, high, low, high. So now this is what we're interested in, this entire range. We're deep inside this range already, and price is now reacting to this banker block, but it's pretty much mitigated it. So we've got these equal lows. So a lot of supply demand, smart money concept traders would have taken this trade right here. They would have held on to it. They would have got triggered and thought, yep, sniper. But look, for the next few hours, just not doing anything. And then bam, you know, it's likely that they're going to get that little push higher. That was loads of stops, break-even stops getting triggered. But I'm actually quite interested to see what happens below these equal lows. So let's zoom into this area.
I'm getting that, you know, when your spider senses, they start to tingle.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling with this one. Really, really good trade.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got a potential entry here. So let's set it up. It's a buy limit. How many pips is this? About 4 pips. So let's have our entry around there. Stop loss about 10 pips. Yeah, 0.25% TP. I'm not going to set TP right now because I'm very, very bullish. And so we've got 3 aces with equal lows. So when you have 3 aces, you can actually set an order. You don't have to wait for the breaker structure. But that I'm going to scale in on that breaker structure. So let's press play. Now we're just waiting for the headshot. Do we see a pattern coming into it? There's nice compression, isn't it?
It's coming.
It's very nice compression here. So we've got we've got the next. Let's have a look. Okay, it's lining up, isn't it? I'm actually gonna go for max. I'm gonna go for max risk here, because remember this is a trend trade. So let's duplicate order. Confirm. Okay, we're full risk. Got enough to risk anyway. Let's press play. We're in. Okay, let's slow it down. And let's zoom in. So we got triggered in, big gap. And it looks like we've got a breaker structure on the 1 minute. So it looks like, yeah, let's just keep going. It should have reacted by now. Yeah,
There we go.
as I said that. Okay, so now we've got, let's just pause it, 5 minute. Yeah, we've got the confirmation there. So yeah, let's keep going. Let's watch it on the M1. This would be a good opportunity to scale in, but I'm already at full risk, so I'm just going to leave it because my entry is literally where you would scale in. Okay. Oh, so that's been a whole entire point of interest has been mitigated. So it looks like let's just let it hit the stop. No, doesn't want to. Come on. All right. Let's zoom out. Let's see what's going on here. So prices come all the way down. It's still, it looks, it didn't go for the three aces. It didn't really go for it. Let's just zoom out quickly here to the, so it's turned into a little bit more of a boomerang. We might just get a little bit unlucky. Plan A looks like it's going to get stopped out, but we've got plan B down here somewhere. So let's just prepare for plan B. I should have actually prepared for plan B beforehand, to be honest. But plan B is there. Bam, bam, bam. So F3, buy limit around there. Stop around there. Yeah, cool. And this is now a boom. Plan B boom. Still got the equal lows, so I'm going to leave that there. And we'll just do half a percent because now it's a boomerang. I'm going to do a quarter of a percent, wait for the M1 breaker structure to then scale in. So let's see what happens. Let's go to the 5 minute. I might actually just yeah, I'm going to exit this trade, the trade here, just to reduce the loss, because that plan A is basically being
Yeah. That little boomerang.
oh yes. Yes. Very nice. I'm not going to close it then. I'm not going to close it. Let's leave it on.
All right, let's see what happens.
Okay, as plan A is mitigated. Plan A is invalidated. Plan B. Okay, let's go to the M1. Breaker structure, come on, give us a nice breaker structure. What's the time? Yeah. There's a lot of accumulation happening right now. Here we go. Break a structure, pause it. Okay, so I like this accumulation. I like all of this. So let's scale in. Happy with that. And we do it all over again. So how many pips is this? 5.26. Okay, stop loss. Yeah, I'm gonna just 6.8. Have to stop around here. No TP, plan B, equal lows plus breaker structure, M1 breaker structure. And let's reduce the risk from the other position. Because if it's going to come down here, it's going to be invalidated anyway. Plan B will be invalidated. So I'd rather, now that we've got the breaker structure, I would rather just reduce the risk slightly, actually to there. I'm going to leave it there so you guys can see what the difference is. So that risk is being reduced by 50%. So we should have about 3/4 of a, no, sorry, about just under 0.5% risk. If my math is correct.
It goes.
There she goes. Nope, didn't give it to us. Okay, so let's go on the 5-minute. Wow. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the boomerang. So you got plan A got invalidated. I almost got stopped out. I wanted to exit around 0.1 loss, but then I decided not to. So at that point, you have the option of, if you get the opportunity and price goes back to your break-even entry point, just you know, your setup's been invalidated, especially if the banker block or the whatever it is, it's just been taken out. Now, if you can see here, this low, do you see how this low was taken out right there? That little see that little wick, right? That little wick, tiny small wick right here, that should have stopped me out, but it didn't. But then this opportunity came. Was it that one? Can't remember. Where did I get stopped? Oh, it was here. No, this was my stop, sorry. My entry was, yeah, it was here. So when price came back up again at these levels here, you can reduce, you can actually just close the trade, because it's pretty much it was below the actual point of interest. That's what I'm trying to say. If it wicks below the point of interest and you get lucky and price goes back to your entry point, it's up to your discretion to exit, because that plan A didn't work. So plan B in this case has worked. So let's move that to break even. I'm going to cancel the pending because of the momentum. I don't think it's going to get triggered. Let's just zoom out on the 15-minute. Will it trigger? It might do, actually. It might do. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave that there. So, okay, let's press play. Wow. Don't think it's gonna, but right now we're at the point of interest here. So this is a very good time to bank some profits from this trade. So so that was what was that? What was the actual entry? Was this one here? Stop loss was about 7 pips. That's 10R right there. Very nice.
Yeah, so it sounds about right.
Very nice. 10R is above this. Yeah, it's literally, this is where you would TP. So because it's a trend trade and I like the momentum, I'm going to bank 50% of that position. So it's this one right here, 3.5 lots, close part of position. And I'll bank 50% of that. Thank you very much. So that will be about, who's good at maths? Is it that? 1.75? Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And we're up 6.1%. So we're almost at the target. And at this point, yeah, let's cancel that pending order. And let's cancel pending. Where is it? Delete pending order. Let's slow it. Let's press play and let's slow it down. And I'm going to zoom out again. Always zooming out just to see what's going on. Is there a short here? That's what I'm trying to decipher. No, not with that momentum. I'm not short in this. Definitely not short in this. H1. H1, we've got this bank level right here. There you go. Point of interest has been taken out, so we can get rid of that. Oh, in fact, let's just use it for the next. Where's the next one? Let's look at daily. Daily, we've got this gap here. I'm really liking this gap on the daily. So let's map that out. Oh, come on. There's a gap. Okay, gap has completely been taken out. And the daily close, the daily is not even done yet. Wow. Okay. So we're heading up to these equal highs. It's just it's a no-brainer. Let's see if we can bank some profits around this zone here. Okay, so let's go down to H4. Okay, daily's closed, I believe. Is it? No, it's not. What time is it? 7 o'clock. Wow. This is a 1 hour candle. It's just, it's insane. Let's go into this daily banker block. What kind of levels can we see here? We've got this imbalance. Oh, excuse me. So let's draw it's around there. Is there anything else on the H1? No, let's go down to the 15-minute. Potentially up here, this one. So we had the high, so low, high, breaker structure. It was this. So this one, I'm not feeling that one. So I'm happy with that level there. With a stop loss around here. So entry, stop loss, just for me to remember. Wow, what are we currently floating? I might have actually hit the 7% target. Yeah, look, we're floating. Done. Evaluation done. We're 9% up.
Me and done, everyone. Let's pause the video. Bye, everyone.
Yeah,
bye.
It's done. So when you hit the target of the evaluation, you just want to close everything. So this one here, this trade here, I'm going to close the majority of these bottom ones actually. I mean, if I'm going to continue trading, I'm going to be banking profits up here. So let's just do that. Let's finish this off properly. I've already banked profits here. I'm going to bank a little bit more. Why am I going to bank some more? Let's see. Okay, we've just taken out these highs and, oh, we're about to hit this imbalance here. Now let's wait. We've banked some profits. We'll bank a little bit more. This is just kind of like, I'm literally, guys, I'm thinking out loud. This is when I'm managing one of these trades, I'm like, should I bank? Should I bank? Yeah, let's bank. Because when you're in doubt and you have this type of momentum in your favor, and you think, actually, you know what? Let me go. Let it go higher. That's greed. Okay. So when you feel that, bank profit. So I was literally just arguing with myself, like discussing, should I not? Should I? When you're in doubt, bank profit. It's nothing wrong with that. So let's bank enough profit to actually hit the target. And we need to double check as well if we've hit the 30 active trading days, which I doubt we have. So we need to just keep going. So we're not past with the full evaluation. So let's close some of this. Let's close 0.74. Let's do a little bit less than that. Close about that much. Let's bank some profits on these bottom ones. Close part of position. Yeah. Okay. So now let's press play. Let's go on the 15-minute. Okay, let's see what's going on. Wow, what an exit. So we've hit the 7% target. Oh wow, what an exit. Okay. There you go. That's why you should bank profits, guys. That's an exact example why you should be banking profits, because of what's happening now.
BF4 exit, BF4 entry.
Yeah, sometimes
there's literally there's no less. It's only sniper entries and exits. You're never going to get trades in the middle or in drawdown with the BLT.
Yeah, sometimes it's just intuition, guys. Like when you see this type of what did I just do? When you see this type of momentum, yeah, we're nowhere near the 30 active trading days. So let's just keep going. Yeah, when you see this type of momentum and you feel like it's going to go higher, just bank profits. Look, we're just outside of this pattern. It usually retests it. They usually get a retest. So anyways, let's just see what happens. I think we're going to get a reaction from this banker block here for the boomerang retest. So we entered on the boomerang. This actually might be the retest, but there's no equal lows. There's no pattern. So our trade is now, we've banked at 10R and whatever that is. So just a quick calculation. We had about 7 pips. 125 pips. What is that? How many R's is that? Let's get the
30.
30. Okay, happy with that.
Wait, 7, 14, 21. No, probably 40 R.
Okay, happy with that. Let's keep going. So I'm not going to scale into this one. I'm just going to let it do its thing, because this is a wild stallion right now. This is where I'm expecting it to reverse from. Okay, let's zoom in and see if there's a pattern on the 1 minute. Maybe.
Yeah, that one there.
Okay, let's slow it down. It's gone the 5 minute. You see this banker block? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's gonna go even lower. Got some equal lows. Okay, let's get rid of that. What's the time? Okay, let's do this for another 8 minutes because I need to prep for the next. I'm doing a live stream on the competition today on risk management. So if you guys want to jump on that, you're more than welcome. 1, 2, 3, 4 equal lows. Looking for 5. It's a bit risky one, you know. It's a risky one because we're back. We've actually broken out of this. We've boomeranged up here. So the retest should really have come already. So I'm not going to scale into that. It's just a bit wild right now. Okay. So let's press play. Let's zoom in. What do we see? Speed it up. Can we get breaker structure on the M5? Okay. No, we don't get the pattern. Oh, we're coming up to the close. Okay, so we might get stopped out on break even from the rollover at the New York close because we're literally about 25 pips. There we go. Okay, that's not looking too bad. There wasn't a pattern. Trades on break even. There's some equal lows here. Let's see what happens. Could there have been a short up here? Maybe. I've still got my point of interest up here. If I'm going to look for shorts, it's going to be up here. It's not going to be, not interested anywhere else. Okay, so we're starting to compress higher. We've got these equal lows. So it looks like I'm going to get taken out of this trade. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap it up now. And for the last 5 minutes, if you guys want to unmute, ask me any questions, then yeah, feel free to do so, or in the chat. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there because there's otherwise yeah, it's go on forever. So just to let's have a look at the stats one more time. My brain's gone now. My brain's starting to, what am I looking for? Stats, show panel. Okay, stats, here we go. Whew, 21 trades, 19 days have gone past. Absolutely smashing performance, 70% profitability, so 70% win rate. Sounds about right. My max loss has been at 0.5%. My biggest win has been at 1.2%. Net profit, 7%. Gross profit is currently 9%. So right now the equity is at 9%, I believe. No, it's not. That's just a gross profit. Okay. Gross loss, yeah. Gross loss, fair enough. What's the drawdown? Drawdown is still 0.6%. I think this has been one of my best simulations. And I'm just being honest with you guys. I think because of the pressure of being watched, I perform well. Since launching the BLT program, I've actually improved my performance because I'm being watched. So every trade that I'm taking, I'm sharing with everyone before it happens. So I'm making sure that it's high probability only. You probably noticed that there was, during the simulation yesterday and today, actually, even part one, I've skipped so many opportunities. I'm like, I'm going to take that. No, I'm not going to take it. I'll set the order. And then I realized, no, you know, I'm going to cancel this. That's part of being a BLT trader. It's part of being a profitable trader. You can't just like leave a trade on overnight and just set and forget. You need to just kind of be alert to, if you're going to bank profit somewhere, is there a short setup? Is there an opportunity to short? I mean, and this is a prime example. I bank profits on the break of this high here. That was 10R. So that's typical of a trend trade. If you're trading on the M5, M1, that was a 7 pip stop loss. So that was about 70 pips. Yeah, it was about 70 pips. Then price actually peaked at 135 pips. But I actually banked around 120 pips. So I banked
around 17R, around 16, 17R.
Cool. Yeah. 17R. But I also banked these bottom positions. I banked some of that as well. So I don't know what kind of our multiple that was, but it's definitely double digits. As you can see, you can, with the BLT, you can day trade, but you can switch that to a swing trade. But doesn't mean that you hold it till 20R without banking profits. No, we're constantly saying bank profits, bank profits, bank profits. Because if you don't bank profits, you're going to let greed get to you. And this was my sort of TP. This is my TP3. Okay, this is where I feel like I'm a hero, right? This is the Hollywood trade up here somewhere. But it doesn't mean that it stops me from being a professional. A professional is banking profits. You could bank profits here, man. That's 3R right there. Very respectable. Or 5R. It's probably at 5R around here. 10R. 70. It probably went up to almost, that probably was 20R right there. Right at the peak. It's an extra 70 bit, an extra 10R right there. So that would be your 30R right there. But you have to bank profits, and yeah, that's basically everything that we've been teaching you guys on the program. Everything that you see us do on the live stream, this is basically what it looks like in real life, but just it's like pressing fast forward. So these simulations are like fast forward of what you are expected to do. In reality, it's a lot slower, because you're gonna be journaling your trades, you're gonna be taking your screenshots. Your 1 minute candle is 60 seconds, no more, no less. So, you know, when I press play here, that's literally a 1 minute candle is like 2 seconds. So the more you practice, don't expect to actually perform like this as well when you're simulating in the first few times. This is probably I've lost count of this simulator. I mean, this simulation is probably I don't know, maybe about 50, you know, like, and so I'm used to the buttons, I'm used to the whole thing. I've actually got multiple screens on, so don't expect also during the simulation to perform like this. This kind of reminds me of the first time I passed the evaluation back in 2019. I hit the target in about 3 weeks. and my drawdown was about 1 point something. So this is actually this is how I was trading back then. And this is
I remember, and it wasn't even it was just the old school boomerang. It wasn't boomerang version 2.
Yeah, you guys got the best boomerang, this one here.
Yeah.
But I remember I had a very similar trade on Kiwi yen where I caught around that was about 10R, and it was literally very similar to this. Do you remember that NJ trade?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Because we had done months of back testing the boomerang, and this was like, right, this is it. And I sent the signal out to the team. I can't remember who took it, but I certainly went in, and I went in heavy. And I remember making about 4.5% on that, on the CTI valuation, just in that one trade.
Yeah.
And it had everything. And in fact, when this was happening, I was just adding. I was like, boom, boom. I went full DJing on that trade, because spend months back testing, forward testing, and you do all the work, and then when it's right in front of you, and it ticks all the boxes, it's sometimes you just have to put your foot down. Sometimes you just have to be a little bit greedy. That's just what happens when you get that opportunity. Just take it. Let's just have a look here on the on the chat. We've got some comments here. Yeah, thanks, Shuds. I'm glad you found it valuable. Oh my god, but I learned a lot today. Really enforced the need for plan A, plan B. That's right, Dom. And also watching you leave a trade alone, if it goes without you, it's just encouraging for my own psychology, especially now that I'm in sim testing with no rewinding. Yes, good. And generally just a lot of solidification of my learnings. Good stuff. That's what the sim was all about. So JB, reality check, Aussie dollar is kind of like your last trade currently. Yeah, exactly. You guys have seen me take this trade a few times. You've seen me take this trade on pound yen. You've seen me take this exact same trade on the Aussie. You've seen me take this trade on the Aussie yen. So it's just repeating. You repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And do you remember we were looking for shorts here? But intuition told me, because I've seen this happen before, it's just like, hold on a minute, let me stop it here. I'm seeing compression. Compression is that whistle, that boiling point. And look what happens. So this is smart money. Let's go down to the 15-minute. Look, this is smart money engineering what's about to happen. And then look at what they did here. Let's go down to the 5-minute. Look what they did here. Do you remember at this point, you guys can rewind when I was saying, wow, look at the accumulation. Look at this, see that spring. Can you imagine how many systems got triggered into that to go short? So it was at this point of interest where they were satisfied. They got, right, we're filled, we're in now. And so the rest of it was just again accumulating more and more and more and more. And then this is when they just started putting the foot on the gas. This is when there was enough supply. They've absorbed enough supply, so now demand just took over. So and then this is what you see. You see these institutional candles. Look at that. There's just that. Here's all the stops getting taken out. So all the people that were short here, this is their stops getting triggered. Bam, 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 and then again they absorb that, and then they bring it out one more time. Yeah, what an exit. I wish I banked more, but shoulda, coulda, woulda, you know. It is what it is. All right, guys, thanks for watching.